You know that.
Hello, how are you? Can you hear me? My name is Michael Chang. I'm the mayor of Cupertino. And I am glad, pleasured, happy, and very honored to be here today in this very, very happy occasion. And so on behalf of the Cupertino City Council, I want to thank everybody for coming here and having such great weather too. You brought such great weather. And it's such an important occasion. And we weren't sure how many people to expect, but this is a lot of people, right? And it's a very good show up to witness this important occasion. So first of all, welcome. Thank you for coming. I'm going to go ahead and introduce some of the dignitaries that are here. I want you to know that in Cupertino, they put the mayor to work. So I'm going to, I guess, be the traffic cop here and do this program a little bit today. First of all, we have our County Supervisor, Liz Nis, that's here. And in our council, Vice Mayor Sandra James. We've only known each other for a dozen years. Immediate past Mayor Richard Lowenthal. Council Member Dolly Sandoval. Council Member Patrick Kwok. We're really happy here today because we have the school districts participating in this event and other groups, community partners here all with us today. So I want to introduce the president of the elementary school board, Ben Liao. Vice President, Pro Chang. Superintendent Bill Bragg. President of the high school board, Catherine Ho. Board member, Barbara Nunes. Our county librarian, Melinda Cervantes. Brand new, #1 system in the country. If there are other VIPs that I need to introduce, please let me know. I'm going to move forward and ask a representative from Eaton School, Camille Marvin, to come up and help us and lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. Would you please stand?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. What we begin today will be the beginning of one of the most significant changes our city has seen in its 48-year history. The old Cupertino Library, which is the most heavily used public building in our city, is going to be torn down and rebuilt from the ground up. In a city which has nationally recognized elementary, high school, and college level education, the City Library provides crucial support to the development of our youths and our community. Indeed, the City Library is the community heart of Cupertino. For the second time in 2 years, the Santa Clara County Library System has been rated #1 in the nation, and the Cupertino Library has the highest circulation of any library in Santa Clara County. During the last decade, both visits and circulation for the Cupertino Library has increased annually. The statistics is simply amazing. In a city of 50,000 people, an amazing 2 million items were checked out in 2002. Put another way, and think about this. An average of 624 items were checked out each hour. In 2002 alone, circulation increased 21%. No wonder the old library was overcrowded and struggled to keep up with demand. Despite the need for a new library has been apparent for a long time, the community and the City Council began a 6-year, very careful process of gathering community input, considering expansion and financing options. In 1996, the City Council first adopted my proposal to study the feasibility of a new library. Since then, many of us here have been involved in a long succession of committees, public forums, study sessions, ballot measures. In the first phase, the City Council established a Library Expansion Committee in 1997, which I had the pleasure of chairing, and received a library needs assessment report from an independent consultant. In the second phase, Cupertino residents voted 71.5% in favor of Advisory Measure A in March 2000 to spend up to $22 million to construct a new library. The ballot results initiated a third phase in 2000, where the City Council established a library building committee, which was chaired by then Mayor Sandra James and myself, to gather community input to determine the location, architect, and design of the new library and civic plaza. During this entire period, the entire community, Santa Clara County Library staff, the Cupertino Library Commission, the Library Foundation, and the Friends of the Library all devoted countless hours to participation in all levels and phases of this project. In particular, I want to recognize the crucial role and contribution that every member of the present City Council have played in making the new library and the Civic Plaza a reality. I also want to especially recognize former mayors Barbara Rogers, John Staton, Don Burnett, as well as community leaders Dorothy Stowe and Don Allen and many others for their role in helping to champion the new library on behalf of the community. Finally, this brings us to the present fourth phase, which will result in a state-of-the-art new library for Cupertino. The new library, designed by SMVW Architects, will be a 54,000 square foot, 2-story brick and stucco building with an enclosed and secluded courtyard. The interior spaces will be large, open, filled with natural light, free of columns. With the capacity to hold a much larger collection, more study rooms, and other desired amenities, the new library will become a focal point of learning and community activities. The library will open onto a new civic plaza right here, adjacent to a new community hall, which will be available for both public and community meetings. The new library and civic plaza project at $25 million is the largest civic investment in Cupertino's history. On the city side, its completion on time and within budget falls into the able hands of our city manager, David Knapp, and Public Works Director, Ralph Qualls. While on the community side, Dorothy Stowe and the Library Foundation will begin a community fundraising campaign to enhance the furnishing of the new library. Working together with the County of Santa Clara and its remarkable teams of librarians, starting tomorrow, right here, we will be building the new Civics Plaza and the new library. This will be the new civic and community heart of Cupertino. We are investing in common values, and we are investing in our future. I invite you to join us here again in October 2004, when the grand opening of the new library and the Civic Plaza is scheduled. Congratulations and thank you. Ask County Supervisor Liz Nis.
Thank you very much, Michael. It's really a pleasure to be here today and to congratulate all of you as you start a project that is going to take you well into the next 50 years. It is, I think, so fitting that there are so many young people here as well to observe what is going to happen. I don't know what the library looks like here at night, but I know what it looks like in Palo Alto, and it is the gathering place for so many people within the community, in addition to being, I think, in many ways, a study hall as well for the kids who attend school here. So we are here to say not only congratulations, but to say that we are partnering with you, as you know, through the library system, and partnering with you in a variety of other ways as well. And it is so important that we maintain that connection, that we have those avenues of communication open. And I am absolutely delighted to have been invited here today. And it would say congratulations to you, Michael, and good luck to you, Dorothy, as you begin this fundraising effort, which in these times I know is going to be even more challenging than ever. So go forward, and I know as you take those first few shovelfuls, you really are paving the way into the future. Thanks so much, Michael.
Thank you so much, Supervisor Nis. Next to speak is Melinda Cervantes, who has just started as County Librarian.
Thank you. I feel very honored to be up here at the podium, and I have only just a few words to say since I've been here all of 10 days. It certainly is a wonderful opportunity when a community comes together, and I know although 6 years may seem like a very long time, it's actually a very short time when you're planning a facility, a library of this size and this import in your community. So I congratulate all of you who have worked so very hard toward this effort, and will make this dream come true. Obviously, the community of Cupertino values libraries and values the education and recreational services and programs that can come through your library. The Santa Clara County Library staff very much enjoys working in Cupertino and partnering with the city and with the schools, and plans to do so in the future. So I wish you good luck, and we'll be working with you very closely to open this new facility in the next 18 months? 18 months. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Melinda. Next up, we have Diana Wu, who is the chair of our Library Commission.
Thank you, Michael. I remember the planning for a new library started in 1997 when I started my first term as a library commissioner. That was in 20th century. So it's very exciting to see the beginning of this historical project, a project that the community has been waiting for 2 centuries. Cupertino is a highly literate community. As Michael already mentioned, we rank the #1 in the nation for 2 consecutive years. Our citizens definitely deserve to get first-class service in a first-class facility. So let's hope that this project will be moving on smoothly, on site, on budget, and on schedule. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diana. There's a certain theme going around here, huh? Okay, very important in these times. We're very blessed. We want to keep it that way. The next person up is Dorothy Stowe, who has been a real activist for the library. She's president of the Cupertino Library Foundation.
Thank you, Michael. This is a very exciting day for me. I've been working on committees since December 1997, and so it's really going to happen. There are 2 things we residents of Cupertino know as fact. One is that Cupertino is a Class A city. And the second is when something needs to be done, something needs to be accomplished, we all work together to see that it happens. Well, the city council and the city staff are building us a Class A library with funds from the city. And we residents will work together and to raise money to furnish it. Cupertino deserves no less. Please join the Cupertino Library Foundation in our fundraising and for furnishing endeavor. We are now accepting contributions for the capital campaign. Please make checks to Cupertino Library Foundation, and note that it is for the capital campaign. We will also accept stocks and cash and whatever. Remember, we do need to raise at least $1.2 million, so be generous. And we also have naming possibilities, so if you'd like to see me about that, I will be happy to put your name on something. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dorothy. Just think, to put your name on the new library in Civic Plaza, something you should tell your friends and think about yourselves too. Okay, next up we have, somebody very important. Last but not least, we have a representative of the Eaton Elementary School Student Council, and her name is Sajna Balaraman.
Libraries are important in many ways. Some of the ways are that they provide interesting information with their books. Books entertain us and help our imagination grow. Knowledge gained from books expose us to other parts of the world by telling us about the culture, religion, languages, and customs. The library is also a place where students from nearby schools come to borrow books. A visit to the Cupertino Library is something Eaton students look forward to every month. Its close location to the school makes it convenient for teachers to walk their students to the library as a field trip. After each visit, students wait eagerly for the next month. The library is a quiet place where people can study. It is also a place where people who do not have computers work. A lot of people come to the library to read in peace. The Cupertino Library offers many services to its community. Example, in the library, children are allowed to have their own library card, which teaches them responsibility. The library organizes story time for young children. The library also has books in many languages such as Tamil, Hindi, Mandarin, Spanish, and many other languages to serve people from those countries who live in this region. These are some of the many reasons why the Cupertino Library is important to us. Eaton School would like to thank the Cupertino community for making it possible to have a new library. Thank you.
Eagerly waiting to the next week to go to the library. I was almost tempted to say only in Cupertino, huh? And that accounts for the 2 million items that are checked out every year. Now we can understand. We put a face to our users. Thank you so much, Sajna. We come to the next part of our ceremony here today, which consists of two parts. This plaza, I think tomorrow will be boarded up, and demolition will actually start at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we will be taking down these flags to be put up again when the library and the plaza reopens. So to help us with this part of the ceremony, first of all, we're very glad to have the Monte Vista Impressions with their director, Andy Aaron, who will come and sing the American National Anthem. Would everybody rise for the anthem, please?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, did prove through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I know the Monte Vista Impressions is a wonderful local resource, and I believe that they have traveled in different parts of the world, and I think they will be going to Japan too this year, France. So I would not be remiss to call them the world-renowned Monte Vista Impressions. To help us with the next part of our ceremony, we have Cup Pack 415. They will be the color guard to lower our free flags today. I'm going to call up Jason Jung of the pack to come and officiate.
Will the audience please rise for the retiring of the colors? Color guard advance. Color guard, prepare to retire the colors. Color guard, retire the colors. Hand salute. Two. Color guard dismissed. The audience may be seated.
Didn't they do a wonderful job? Let's give them a round of applause, both the Monte Vista Impressions and Cup Pack 415. Okay, the next part of our ceremony has to do with the spades over here. I'm going to turn over to, I think, Ralph Quall, sounds like, to officiate this part.
I'd like to ask Supervisor Niss and the Cupertino City Council to please join us over at the sand pile. Old habits are hard to break, I know. Michael. Patrick.
As most of you know, one of the first tasks in this project is to fill in the plaza and bring it up to grade so the buildings will all be at the same place. And our elected officials are going to help us start to do that today. So would you please dump a load of dirt in there and get this project going.
Okay, thank you.
I'm retiring.
Yeah, we're going to do another shift. Okay. All right, let's have a round of applause for our elected officials in helping us put this project in here. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to ask all the representatives of the school districts and the school board members to please come forward and help us some more by putting another load into the pit. Okay, will you sit back on the table? Here you go, Liz. Thanks. Ben, why don't you? Bill, all right. Everybody got a hat? Here you go. All right.
Because I don't have.
Okay, come right around here.
It's all right. That's okay. I've been jumping off before.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you would be so kind as to, oh, we have one more. Yeah, Michael, please.
Okay.
If you would please follow the mayor's example and help us get this project underway. Well, they didn't get as much dirt in there as the elected officials did, but let's give them a big hand. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You just said that.
The dirt was flying.
I was. And now I'd like to ask the representatives of the Library Commission Foundation and the Library Department to please come forward. Marianne Wallace, Julie, also, please. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's going to wreck your do, probably.
I'm sorry.
It's kind of big.
That's all right. Big's better. Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
Here you go. All right, Michael. Barbara, is Barbara here? Barbara. The friends. Okay, well. We got enough shovels, yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. Would you please go ahead and take a shovel full of dirt? Okay, thank you very much for all of your efforts as well as your participation today. Thank you. And now I'll turn the program back over to Mayor Chang.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think we need to come back to do this more tomorrow, okay? Every day, around this time. Okay. This brings us to the closing. I really just want to thank everybody that is here for showing up for this important event. And it's true that to build a library, we really need everybody in the community. And everybody here is very important, helped in many, many different ways. We've come a long way. We've come over almost 6 years to where we are today. And we've got a couple more years to go. And then we will have an asset that will be great and useful and looked upon with pride in our community for the next 30 years. Thank you very much. The last part of today is actually the most social part. It's a reception over in City Hall.